Today, you're going to learn some tricks to combat ADHD. We're not going to focus on the medications today, but rather the actionable tools that you can utilize. Now, while it's most prevalent in children, you need to stay till the end to find out how we are actually creating heightened levels of ADHD in adults. Let's begin. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD, is a very common mental disorder, especially in children. Symptoms include trouble focusing, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. If you have ADHD, you likely experience the following: trouble with time management, often running late and procrastinating, using the pile system of organization, where everything you need is piled up in a way that makes complete sense to you, but no one else, difficulty with working memory, you just can't recite that cute girl's phone number in your head long enough to write it down, and hyperfixating on things you find interesting. But wait, if ADHD is all about not being able to focus, then why this ability for super concentration? It's due to the way in which ADHD works. See, there's these two distinct networks in your brain. The default mode network, active when we aren't engaged in anything specific, and the task network, which is active when you're pursuing something in particular. For people without ADHD, these two networks oppose each other, almost like a seesaw. When one is active, it suppresses the function of the other, and vice versa. For people with ADHD, or those who haven't gotten good sleep, these networks actually start working together. Enter dopamine. Dopamine is like the conductor of these networks. It decides when the default mode network needs to be active and when the task network needs to be active. The running theory is that people with ADHD don't have high enough dopamine levels to properly conduct these networks. This leads to the inability to focus and the random firings of neurons that may produce impulsivity. This is why hyperfixation is a thing. The task they're engaging in releases more dopamine and as such enables more focus and attention. It's also why so many people with ADHD overindulge in caffeine, sugar, nicotine, cocaine, and other substances that highly increase levels of dopamine in attention-related brain areas. So now that we've got acquainted with how the brain is affected, let's discuss the actionable tools we can use to help combat the symptoms. Blinking dopamine and time perception are inherently linked. When dopamine levels go up, we experience time slower, and when they go down, we experience time faster. This makes sense for the running late part of ADHD. To use this for focusing advantage, we want to blink less and blink fast. Think about it. When you're tired, you tend to blink more and blink slowly. In fact, sleep is really just one long blink in which we're limiting the information coming in and not engaging in any attentiveness. A speedy way to perform this is to blink rapidly for 20 seconds or so before working to quickly increase your dopamine levels. Find a way to get some of your physical energy out. When the two networks are working together, they tend to make you just want to move. By giving them a controlled outlet, it will help you stay more attentive on what's important. This can be done by shaking your leg, tapping your foot, or playing with a small object. There's been some great success in attentiveness from studies where kids with ADHD were given fidget spinner toys or small rubber bands while in the classroom. The elimination of simple sugars has proven to have dramatic and positive effects in reducing ADHD symptoms. This may prove to be extremely difficult as most people, especially children, with ADHD seek out sugar as a way to self-medicate. This is due to it actually allowing these people to focus better, opposed to kids without ADHD who tend to become hyperactive and bounce off every wall in the house. Another way to reduce symptoms, albeit to a minimal degree, is to consume foods higher in omega-3 fatty acids. These include walnuts, peanuts, eggs, milk, krill, etc. This has the added benefit of helping minimize symptoms of clinical depression as well. There's two ways to engage in this type of activity to help with ADHD. The first is to get comfortable and close your eyes for 15 minutes, focusing only on your breath. The second is to focus on a particular point about arm's distance away and, without moving your eyes or body, try to perceive the environment around you.
Give me your phones. There! Now! Phone! Phone!
I bet you were wondering when this was coming up. Using smartphones on a regular basis induces a form of ADHD. Smartphones are likely the explanation for why the rate of ADHD in adults has skyrocketed recently. This is due to a number of factors that I can make an entire episode on alone. To keep it short, studies show that people under 25 and especially younger should limit smartphone use to 60 minutes per day or less. After 25, you should limit usage to 2 hours per day or less. Thanks for watching.